Okay.
Is it the thing about like learning the new language though? Is it's cool to do it, but at the same time, I'm not sure how the hell I'm gonna pull it off. You know, it's very weird and difficult. I don't know if I'm ever gonna understand it as fully as I want to.
Well, you spend enough time with it, you sure as hell will.
There's other complex issues to it though too, because when you learn a language, you don't learn everything about their culture and all that. So, like, there's a saying that I keep hearing in a lot of the animes, that basically gets translated...
Senpai!
No. It gets translated to, they say, take care of me, or something like that, right?
Okay.
What and it's always translated like that, right?
Okay, yes.
But it's actually a saying that's used to say, basically...
Fuck you.
What is it? I believe it says, take care of me and I'll pay you back kind of statement. Rather than what they're saying here. Okay. Because they had a description that actually said this is actually used differently than it's translated here.
Like,
because, sometimes it's just rough translations. I was reminded of, when I heard, a Spanish comedian, right? Mm-hmm. And he said, I can tell you a joke in Spanish that's really funny. And he says it in Spanish, all right? Okay. And he's like, all right, now, for everyone that's English, it's not going to be as funny. because he basically says it, and it's reminiscent of a Yo Mama joke, but done really weirdly. You know? Mm-hmm. It's like saying, it's... how am I gonna put this? This is hard to think of this.
Come on, dunk it.
I'm not sure how I'm gonna say that. It's hard to explain, but it basically would be like hearing someone say "Yo mama" and then say "car" right after that, and you wouldn't get it at all. But in the other language, it translates perfectly. You know?
Yeah.
And it like has context and everything, and you have no idea. Or they'll say, because like there's the fact that I've had a problem with every language that I've seen that does plurals. It's very annoying to see this because I don't think that sex should be included in it. So what they do is they say he, she, and then there's also the they that they can say. But every time you come across like Spanish or Japanese, there is a they that is both masculine and feminine. So the issue here that I have with it, in which, I mean, it's interesting because it adds a new level of information. So that's beneficial, right?
Yes.
But it also subtracts in a weird way sometimes. I mean, it does add one new one. That's definite. But it's weird in that if you say they... You can say it with a masculine and mean that there's a group of guys over there, right? Mm-hmm. But if you say they in feminine, you say there's a group of girls over there. But in the event there's girls and men, you have to say it in the masculine. So the only time you actually gain new information is if you're saying it in feminine.
Well then. Gender equality, take that and throw that out the window.
And the other problem is, if you can't get a view of them, how do you know that you're saying the right one? Well, you could be saying, well, you'd assume masculine, of course, because that's just the predominant choice. Precisely. But then they all turn around and they're all female.
Okay, there's something wrong. Mad at you. I think you should probably get your eyes checked at that point.
Well, no, the thing is that some women have short hair and they might be turned around for all we know. But it's dependent on a few things. I mean, these have to be some pretty
either different. Broad hips or broad shoulders, one of the two.
Exactly. You should notice these things, but then you find out it's the woman football team. And you missed out the fact that they were wearing shoulder pads.
It's like...
And then they just turn around upset at you.
That doesn't matter. They're Japanese.
Usually this wouldn't happen. There's a bunch of thought processes that go into this to make sure it doesn't happen.
To make sure your brain doesn't fuck up in
In Japan, if you do this, you have to commit seppuku right away.
I'm pretty sure that's a dead practice, but okay.
Yeah, most likely. I don't think it was a very high practice back in the day either. It was only for people who were truly committed. I mean, usually the people who dishonor just decide, you know what, I'm going rogue. I'm not going to go for that death choice.
Let's see. Glaucoma. Yeah, I'm done stopping you where you rant there about language and learning languages. So, glaucoma. Do you know what glaucoma is?
I think it's an issue with... I know it's an issue with seeing. But I don't know the exact what it is.
It's a pressure in your eye increases because it does.
I forget if it was glaucoma or astigmatism that used medical marijuana.
It's stigmatism.
Stigmatism.
Glaucoma. The fluid in your eye just produces and produces and produces, and none of its waste is expelled.
Aven, are you making sure to be making trees back so that you can refeed the system?
What are you talking about? I'm just doing leaves right now.
I know, but the thing is that if you're
I don't want any more leaves right now.
If you're getting leaves, you're not making saplings back.
I just want leaves.
Out of trees.
Just using the leaves first. Just making the leaves first.
You moron.
How
are we gonna get trees back?
I already touched about what's macular degeneration, Chris.
I don't know. Degenerated stuff.
It's the center of your eye that's going blind. Color blindness. Yeah, we already know what that is. Retinal detachment. Do you know what retinal detachment is?
It's when your retina is the back of your eye, right? Just making sure about this.
It's giant.
Yeah, because cornea is the front of your eye. So yeah, retina detachment is when the retina wall falls off from the back of your eye.
Yes. But it's very important that if you go in for an eye exam and your doctor's like your retina's falling off, is detaching, we're gonna
staple gun.
They will. Shit, you know.
Yeah, they probably will.
They will.
I would assume they'd use laser though. So
they use lasers, and if laser doesn't keep the damn thing down, they'll staple it.
I didn't know they could staple it.
so, yeah. And they'll do surgery that exact night. And they're like, holy shit, your retinas, if you don't get this thing fixed, you're blind by tomorrow.
Yeah, things degenerate pretty fast when it comes to that.
Yeah, but it's one of those light sensitive. It's a photosynthesis. It's a photosensitive receptor cell. So what else do you have to expect? Organ. There you go. If the goddamn thing's photosensitive, it has a very tendency to be very sensitive.
I'm gonna have to kill 2 or 3 more imps. I don't like this.
Yeah, just make it happen, Chris.
That's just to get 1 cow. That's diamond? I think that's diamond.
And we need 2 of them. We're doing something wrong. At least you're doing something wrong with them cows.
If we only need 1 of them, we're doing something right. Don't you tell me we're doing something wrong. I'm fine with genetic modification when we don't have any.
So, the cornea is that little bulbous part of your eye, which focuses
the front part.
Yeah, but then there's actually and then there's a lens inside your eye behind the iris, which
what am I doing?
Focuses the light onto the retina.
Yep, diamond.
So, and that's where cataracts is. And that's where you see those old people with those like gray eye going on. They're not going to see light ever again out of that.
You lose some, but I'll tell you what, you gain a really cool look. All you need to do is like get a scar, and then or like just put in like have an eye patch or something. I don't know. It's just one of those. It's one of those battle scars that you can say. You know.
Yeah, just take a knife to your face.
Well, you'll have a story, I guess. You have to make one up, but you'll have one.
So we're going to learn 5 muscles that we're going to know. Your gluteus maximus.
That's your butt.
Yeah.
That's the easiest one. I've heard that too many times.
I know, who doesn't? It extends the thigh and rotates the thigh laterally.
Can I scan? I want to scan the bat because the Hellbat, if you scan them, will give you data. Was worth it, you little bastard.
And he killed you.
Yep, scan them. Got a clue to new research. I can now unleash Hellbats. Once I research it. Of course, I've got infinite material, so I'm good. I forgot food. I'm going to starve out here. Going back.
Then we have the hamstring group. You know,
the what?
The hamstrings.
Yeah, hamstring. It's the point just behind and above your heel, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, on the backside though.
It's basically right behind your ankle.
Well,
it's one of the reasons why your ankle works up and down, right?
No. That's the gastrocnemius. The gastrocnemius is that portion of your leg. The hamstrings is your thigh.
Oh, yes.
On the backside.
It's what makes the calf work, right?
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
And then, of course, the gastrocnemius, it bends your lower leg.
The thing about hamstring is I figured that one out because I mostly just learned that on my own.
Yeah. But they're upper thigh, though. Upper thigh. Know that. They're in your thigh on the backside.
Yeah.
And then you got the Achilles tendon. Where do you think that's at?
Well, it's Achilles, so it sounds like heel.
Yeah, pretty much. It just connects your heel to your fucking gastrocnemius.
Did I mention we were mutants?
And then we have the deltoid. The deltoid.
No.
The deltoid muscle. I signed up for human freaking biology. I'm learning the chemical reactions of human cells. I didn't sign up for freaking anatomy.
What do you expect? You idiot.
In anatomy, you need to know all this.
Well, duh. But if you're going to do anything that affects the body, you're going to need to know the body.
No, nonsense. I just need to know the general conciseness. I don't think I need to know 5 muscle parts. I know what my gluteus maximus does.
You think you do, but...
It bends my thigh and bends my thigh laterally. And my deltoid raises my arm, and that's my shoulder. And my Achilles tendon, it connects my gastrocnemius to my knee. Heel. Where did the fucking knee come out?
Knee heel. What's your knee heel?
Fucking Skyrim gets you.
Skyrim, why? Oh, I built a crafting monitor. I forgot to tell you that.
So what does it do?
Just monitors crafting stuff. You know what it is.
That's kind of...
You're just an idiot. Alright.
Huh.
Cows. Good lord. I don't think I'll be able to get a cow. Think.
Oh, okay.
Need more leather. That's not gonna happen. Oh, dear.
I thought I was failing, because,
Get some blood orb stuff.
I didn't get, midterm grades until now, because my teacher, he pulled me aside and he was like, Aven, how you doing? I know you had to do that thing for the army. And I'm thinking to myself, oh shit, I'm failing.
That or he was gonna kill you. Sounds like he's got a mission for you. He's like, I know you had to do that thing for the army, so I want you to go to Fort Knox, okay? Here's the location. I've got a car and some wire clippers. I need you to do this for me, boy. There's an A+ in it for you. And if you don't do this, you're failing.
Yeah. And, I thought it was just bad. I was like, I missed a few exams. I didn't turn in a few papers because, there was presentations, and I was just
lazy on us, Aven?
I was just like, what the hell's going on? I was missing out a lot, right? I mean, I didn't miss classes. I just didn't participate in assignments. And, sure enough, I got a B. Oh wait, Louis called me earlier today. Did he try to get in contact with you?
No, that reminds me, I will mute my phone.
Hell.
I really should mute that more often, but the thing is, no one calls me. I don't talk to anyone.
Damn.
I don't have to worry about that. And not even telemarketers call me. I'm just kidding. They do call me from time to time, those bastards. It's okay. Blocked the number. Instantly.
But what about those numbers outside your district?
I could go further and block any new numbers, but that's just it's not a good way to work.
Shit. Okay, so muscle cells. Alright, let me just run this real quick by you. Alright, so at least I know this. Alright, so who the fuck keeps calling?
Probably Luis. So he's like, hey, did you
No,
talk about me? I can hear you. I can hear you. He's got ears everywhere.
Wait, seriously, who's calling? Some research company. Research my foot up their ass.
Exactly. It was like, you want some research? You want to know how many people hang up on you? This many. Hang up. Call them back. You want to see another one? Want to see another representation? It starts 69 them. They're like, oh crap, he knows how to use that.
Yeah.
How many people do you know that know Star 69? Just out of curiosity, because I'm not sure if there's any sort of.
Do you know what Star 69 is?
Are you asking me or?
Do you know what Star 69 is? No, no one fucking knows what you're talking about, Chris.
What? Are you kidding me?
No.
No one knows that?
No.
There's also like a Star 67 to block your call, but...
Star 67. I mean, I heard it before, but I was just like... I didn't know what it was. I thought it was like Star 555 or something.
No.
Because, I mean, I know 555 is a fake number, but...
I have no idea. Star 69, or Star 67, I believe, is the one that will restrict your call. Star 69, however, is the one that automatically calls whoever called you. However, I think you do have to pay for this potentially, so I wouldn't go around just throwing it all over the place. It's not something you should do, but... Because this actually requires operators to work.
Yeah, that's not like what they don't get paid for, right?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, these operators don't exist anymore because of phones. Better phones.
Better, smarter phones, stronger, faster.
We put a satellite in space so that we could have people that did not connect wires to other wires.
So, like, that half hour of studying with you the other day, before that biology exam, really did. It really did make that exam just fly by. And watch as I get, like, a fucking C, and I'm like, wait, what?
I need earth and air. Earth-R, and order and permutation. Is it permutation? No, it's not permutation.
Fucking Chris, hold the fuck up. I need to freaking run this by you.
Oh, why aren't you running it then?
Okay, how muscle cells work, okay?
Sure.
So, let's get to part 1 first. Where is it? Okay. So, action potential sent from a neuron muscular cell travels down... Wait. Action potential travels down the axon of a motor neuron, causing the release of ACH from the neuron. The ACH binds to the sarcomella and stimulates the AP action potential down the sarcomella of the muscle cell into the muscle cell, causing the release of calcium from the sarcoplasmic rectum. Okay. Calcium
So nervous.
Calcium then binds to the thin filaments of the myosin.
Okay, it's good enough.
Oh, wait, no. It binds to actin. Yes, it binds to actin. Yes, it's actin. Myosin heads bind to the actin. It binds, thus it contracts. It uses ATP to break apart the myosin heads from the actin. And calcium is pumped back into the...
Okay, I'd like you to know I'm learning Japanese, but none of that made any sense.
Okay, so long story short, alright, an action potential, aka nerve signal sent down to the muscle cell, right? Mm-hmm. But the muscle cell is like surrounded by this membrane, right? Mm-hmm. This circumellum rectum or something like that. I don't fucking know English. So then, when that membrane is stimulated, it sends that charge evenly throughout and in between each cell within that muscle. So a muscle is literally just a group of muscle cells. So long story short, that membrane is distributed throughout the entire muscle. So
it's like it only distributes to half and instantly rips your muscle.
you should go see a doctor. But all right, so that membrane.
I don't know. You'd be building muscle without even trying.
I don't know about that. At that
damage
point.
repair.
So all right, so that membrane takes that charge and evenly distributes it throughout the entire muscle, right? Calcium is primarily in your muscle, and that calcium connects to. There are two things inside muscle cells that make them contract the way they do. Actin.
Need you to find more nodes for me.
I
need air.
I'll do that after I'm done with this.
Need air.
So actin and myosin, which is pretty much, it binds to actin. So imagine this flat piece of paper, right? And you're trying to grab, and myosin is a toothbrush. So imagine trying to move a piece of paper with a toothbrush, and it's not working out the way you want it to. You're just using the soft part of a toothbrush, right? So you're like, I need something to stick, right? So, alright, that calcium, once it receives that signal, gets and connects to that actin, which is equivalent to, let's say, glitter, right? Or say like some sort of Gorilla Glue or something, freaking to that. Take my dirt.
Maybe.
So it binds to the actin and it allows that toothbrush to pull that paper. Now, in order for that toothbrush to let go of the paper, you need to have ATP, which means you need to rip them apart. And then, of course, calcium goes back to where it needs to be because of what they call it. What is it? You know the particles, when particles have to be evenly spectrumed about?
What?
If there's too much salt inside a cell, the salt will try to leave the cell and balance out the sodium content outside of the cell.
I remember seeing something like that because,
particles.
I'm not sure if it was cells exactly, but I remember seeing some sort of thing where scientists made some drop of water move because of salt.
Yeah,
so they went through a maze with that.
Particles like to be evenly balanced, right?
Yes.
The particles, for some odd reason, love that. Like if there's too many hydrogens here and too many helium there, they will mix until they are perfectly distributed. So if there's one particle that's bouncing back and forth, of course there's that one shuffle constantly occurring. So that's why our atmosphere isn't completely like 70% nitrogen. Like floating by itself. Because oxygen likes to balance itself evenly throughout all of it.
I'm not sure what I want to do with this because I got to move a cable basically around the house.
Cool.
To this point.
Just go under. Just go under.
Under's going to require me to go to the second level. These can't be covered.
Oh. These can't be covered?
No, those aren't pipe. Those are pipes, not cables.
Oh.
I got cable.
Oh. Well,
I think it might have to go. I think I could push it along the roof and then kind of extend off of there. It'd be more out of the way.
Okay.
But I don't think I can push any further than that without, like, doing some crazy stuff.
So then, how does hair cells stimulate touch? Like, what's the importance of that?
What?
What's the importance of hair cells? Think about that.
Mostly to keep you warm.
Yes, but they also have provide sensory information.
Yeah, because they interact with stuff, and one of the things is you want to make sure that your hair doesn't get caught in something. Like if your hair on your head gets caught into a machine, it's important to know that.
Yeah, but like, let's talk about hair that's on your forearm, or the hair that's in your ears, or maybe the hair around your sphincter, or the hair around.
Well, the thing is that it's a general thing. Once you've got sensory for hair somewhere, then it just duplicates everywhere because that's just the normal hair pattern.
What?
It's just the kind of design that your body has for hair.
Like,
so if you have sense in one spot for hair, you should probably have it everywhere else where that you have hair.
well, what about like
Just because that's the way the skin's designed. Although there is the fact that, your hair on your head is longer.
what about the hair that's inside your heart?
The hair, what?
It's the little hair fragments inside your heart.
Huh. Is there sensory information to that? It's hard to say because all you can feel is a heartbeat.
Yes, but it will tell you what direction blood is flowing. Because
we're too used to it at this point, we'd block it out.
Because your heart has to contract top first, bottom second. So if the top here says no, don't go, well, it's
Well, there's the fact also that, mind you, that your skin having hair on it also gives you another level of extended sense. So it's worthwhile having sensory.
Yeah.
Because you can still feel like a breeze go by you.
Exactly.
Your skin could do that too, but you can feel it on just your hair.
Oh, fuck. Like, apparently the one reason why our hair stands up on ends is because of...
Isn't that just tensioning on the skin?
Yeah, but it's also, like, equivalent to animals, because I've noticed this with...
God, I don't know what to do.
With my, cats.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Usually, if they extend the fur like that, it's to trap additional heat. Because, I mean...
Well, that's what you would do if you tighten your skin.
I mean, Eris is a very, 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 very long hair, like, Arctic cat. I mean, he loves being out on the porch, and when he comes out from the porch, he's, like, extremely poofy. And it's because his hair is constantly standing on ends just to keep heat. Oh, that cat wanted to go out to have no fucking clue.
I don't know, actually. Should I? Maybe I shouldn't worry about having a cable come over here right now. Well, maybe I'll leave it here, though, because I'm sure at some point we'll be extending in this direction anyway. So there's going to be something along this, I would assume. Like, I know the mob spawner is going to need it, so we'll probably extend this way anyway. I don't know, I'll just leave it there, whatever. Because I need to put a squeezer so I can get a crap ton of liquid seed oil.
Seed?
I need solid seed oil. I throw it into space so it can freeze.
What?
I was just thinking, because it's in oil, it's going to have a hard time freezing.
What?
Can oil even freeze? I don't know. I don't really...
What can it be?
I don't really think about it too
Oil's
much. I would assume it would freeze, yes.
I'm like, if it's losing heat, yeah, it would freeze, wouldn't it?
I don't know, though. You never know. Maybe it can't produce, like, crystal structures. Because for it to freeze, it would have to become hard.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So, I'm not 100% sure. I would assume it can freeze, though. It's not like some crazy thing. But, I mean, you assume these things, and you find out that some things aren't compressible. It's like water. Is it water that's not compressible?
Why would we have water pressure if it isn't?
Or is it oil?
I think it's oil.
Yeah, because there's a user in hydraulics, because they can't be compressed.
And also, they're like inside the Earth's core, and we pump them out that way. Well, not Earth's core, but you know what I'm trying to get at here.
So then the question is would oil freeze? So there's your experiment right there.
You get cold, but can it freeze?
We just like pull it. We like take it. Well, we can get some pretty. We'll turn it into a Bose-Einstein condensate.
And we're like...
trying to freeze it. We can't do it.
Because I mean,
these are things that no one really thinks about too many times. It's like I don't think anyone's been out there just like, you know what? I need to freeze some oil. Where do I want to put this? I suppose put it here.
apparently it can
It can freeze?
Apparently it can.
Interesting.
Wait, oil doesn't
You would-
freeze. Wait, but that is motor oil anyways. Oil doesn't freeze that well, so using a smaller dose of tea tree oil would help. Normally, if you are going to use tea tree oil and water concentration for acne. So, does pure oil freeze? That's a real question. I don't... Because, I mean, tea tree oil is a pretty strong oil. I fucking know that. It's just like, sandwood chips. Sandwood chips are really, really excellent burning, and they smell really good. But they're expensive as shit.